Why, hello, Flosstube. It is time for a long past due stitching video. It's a little dark. I'm trying to compensate with all the lights, but we just had the winter solstice, and it's dark and it's gloomy, and it's pretty great, isn't it, Buster? Show you my co-captain for the evening. Yeah, he's not feeling the best. He has an upset tummy. In fact, I think we actually have a little puke on our paw. But you know what? Such is life when you're 14 and a half. So we're just going to chill with Mom. She's going to do a video. And you cannot have that plant. I think that's part of the problem. Okay, so yesterday I came upstairs and I hit the top of the stairs and I thought, somebody's been eating one of my plants. Like, you could just smell it. And he had nibbled his way all the way around the bottom of my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. Yeah, you did, didn't you? So it's half my fault because I had taken the tall table, which it's normally on, and it's back on, so it's harder to get to. And I had moved it in our bedroom to put the humidifier on. And I thought, he'll leave this alone. Because I also had the ottoman that's now over here near the window. So I basically just gave him a cushioned plant-eating perch. And yeah, he leaves them alone as long as they're not easy to get to. I made it way too easy. And that's my fault. And that's me being a bad cat and plant parent. Right, buddy? Yeah. Yeah. Mommy is a bad cat mommy. And then I made it worse because Dharma, just having some cat talk here at the beginning. Dharma's allergic to something. And no, you can get in my lap, but you can't get the plant. Dharma is allergic to something. We don't know what. She's been having these almost like hives outbreaks, and she's super itchy and she's unhappy, and they scab up, and it's no fun for anybody, but especially Dharma. So we took her to the vet, and he was like, yep, you're right. This is an allergy. It's not to a flea or anything like that. We may never know exactly what it is. She's allergic to something. She's allergic to something. So we gave her a cortisone shot. Yeah, I know. I'm getting to that part. And then we went on our merry way. So I was doing some reading, and it was saying, yeah, if it isn't fleas, which it's not, that it's normally like a protein allergy. So I was thinking back, and I wonder if it happened when I switched, because of his stomach issues, to a seafood food. Yeah. So I think we're going to go back to chicken and see if that helps Dharma. And Buster will be fine with that, because that ended up not being what his issue was anyway. But so, long story short, everybody's been sick. Dharma's super sneezy right now. I had gone to PetSmart and gotten her like some allergy immune system lysine treats. I did have what I'd used before was like a lysine scoop that you sprinkle in their food, but they didn't have that. And what I have is expired. So I got the treat. And I thought, it won't hurt Buster. I'll give him one. And because his tummy was already a little upset. We threw up for a while, didn't we, buddy? Yeah, Mom's fault. But we're fine. We're chilling with Mom. And yeah, we're ready to go through all of my 2022 starts. Before we get to the starts, though, I want to choose a winner for the giveaway for the Mad for Minders. And I did a draw right before. So you can see that the winner is the Camping Stitcher. So the Camping Stitcher said, my favorite minder is Oh Fudge. So cute. I love her minders. Thanks for another great floss tube and happy Thanksgiving. So if you are the Camping Stitcher, reach out to me and Mad for Minders and let us know that you are you, and Avika and Mad for Minders will get you your prize to you. And we are going to switch back over. Nope, not that. I'm not doing that. Close that. Okay. There are a lot of things to go through. We got a lot. So I'm just going to put this down here in case I need it again. But I shouldn't. I have a whole basket here of whips that I started this year. I have a whole stack over here. It's a lot. So we're just going to start at the beginning with the very first thing I started this year. And I was actually going through and I thought that I had just started 40. I think I started 41. And I thought when I added in Halloween Tiny Town, I thought I had taken one out. But yeah, I think I started 41. It's fine. It's fine. 2022 had some chaos in it. So things got a little crazy. My first start was Elizabeth Isles for Laura's birthday on January 1st. I started this on Laura's favorite fabric, which is American Chestnut. And this is how far I got. Oh, it's beautiful. I should totally pull this out again on January 1st. Man, that's pretty. You know, a lot of these I haven't seen since I started them. So this one in particular, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, yeah, I haven't pulled that out since I started it in January. And it could really use some more love. And of course, it's in the bag that we all got to go with it. Some of them were blue. All right, one down. One down and 8 minutes in. I gotta speed up or this isn't gonna go well. So another thing I'm going to try to do is if I know I want to work on it next year, I'm going to put it in one spot. And if it's not one I really want to work on, I'll put it somewhere else. Yeah, that may not go well because that's going to be a lot. Maybe if I want to try to finish it, I'll put it in one spot. Or get a lot of work in on it. I don't know. Can you tell this wasn't very well thought out? My second start is one that I started with one of my besties, Megan. And I had bought her this one for her birthday the year before. And kitted it up for her. And I have the two girls on my thread drop. This is Plum Street Samplers, My Early Days. What fabric is this? Do we know? 36 count Mocha Beige by XU Designs. So pretty. Such a pretty one. And this fabric, one thing about XG Designs is the fabric has such an interesting modeling. It's pretty. Got all the jingle jangles on this one. The next one is Floral Motif Sampler, which, gosh, is in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bag. I think this is a Christy bag, which makes perfect sense. because it's a Brenda chart. Scarlet House Floral Motif Sampler. And I say it's a Brenda chart because this was highly influenced by her. In fact, I've got all of the women together on there because I feel like this piece really is the culmination of a lot of different, not really a culmination, but it's been stitched by so many women and has been loved by so many women. I felt that was a good one. This is XU Designs Marbled Pointer, which is just beautiful fabric. Man, I forgot how pretty this one was. This is going to be the first one to go in the I want to get a lot of work in on that one stack, because this is, it's just beautiful. And it was a lot of fun to work on. Buster, can I put the stacks of ones I want to work on over here with you? Is that okay? He's licking his paw. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. Mommy will clean that in a little bit once you feel better. Yeah, you're okay. Next, we have Forever Young. You okay? They have both been to the vet recently. Buster had to go for a checkup, and he had to go because they want to see him every so often before they'll do a refill on his prednisolone that he takes every other day for his stomach issues. So they're both kind of sniffly, but it got cold. I'm wondering if maybe like one of them brought something back from the vet's office. What do you think, buddy? Are you sniffly? Oh, do you need Mama's lap? Come here. Yes. Oh, when you don't feel good, you want your mama. Come here. Yeah, we got her nail hung. Maybe you don't want mama. No. Here, lay next to me. You want down? The next one is Forever Young. Yeah, he's gonna wander off. He doesn't know what he wants. But isn't that kind of the way it is when you don't feel great? We don't know what we want. You coming back? Forever Young by Heartstring Samplery. Doing this in the called for colors, but on a much darker fabric. I'm laughing because my girl and a bear. Which fabric is this? This is Fiber on a Wing Espresso. I should buy another piece of this one. I might already have a piece of this one. And that's how far I got. This one reminds me, and I know every time I've worked on it, I've said that, hey, what are you doing? You need to leave those alone. I don't know. Forever Young reminds me of the show Parenthood. While you're out on your holiday break, if you get a holiday break, and you've never seen Parenthood, it's streaming on Netflix or Hulu. I know it is. Go watch it. Just binge it. I'm sorry, you'll probably cry at some point, but it's just so good. It's such a good show. Next one up is Sarah Bradley. I started this one, and oh my gosh, this bag, guys. Can't. I bought this one from a random seller on Etsy. I don't remember anything else about them. This one is one that I started with Laura, and I picked out this Petite Treasure braid to use, and DMC. I am doing this on a piece of 36 count Up in the Attic. And this Up in the Attic looks a little different than some Up in the Attic I was using earlier. So that is interesting. You can tell how crazy this piece was cut because I pulled a thread to show like where it started over here. Like, who was cutting this linen? I don't know. I don't remember where I got this piece, but I remember being like, what are we doing? Okay, Sarah Bradley. This was a download from Mill on the Floss Samplers, the digital download edition, and it's just a fantastic chart. These girls are so pretty. Would definitely like to get a lot done on this one this year. See the sparkle in her dress? Man, she's pretty. So this one is going to go over here. And yeah, I mean, look at these colors. They're just so fun. Poor boy. The next one is the Happy Heart Sampler. This one is out of print, but you can still find it, or at least you could when I started this one earlier in the year. This is on a piece of 36 count Needle and Flax Hemingway. And this is Birds of a Feather, Happy Heart Sampler. Whoops. You know, sometimes I do that, where I'm just like, I'm done working on this for now, and things just go back in the bags like this. Am I the only one that does that, where I'm like, I'm done? I'm not even taking the time to put shit back where it's supposed to be. It's just all getting crammed in the bag. So we'll figure that out in a minute. So yeah, Hemingway is just a beautiful fabric. So pretty. I mean, I'm going to be sticking a whole bunch over here if I keep at it. Put this one back in this folder since it's so delicate and out of print. This next one is Winter Manor. This is a Brenda Gervais. Winter Rose Manor. I guess I just didn't have a lot of space on that, so I just wrote Winter Manor. This one I'm doing the house a different color, but I haven't decided what color yet. I'm doing this one by on a piece of 36 count Fiber on a Whim oatmeal. I bought another color for the house, but now I don't like it. I'll figure it out. That part's not important. What is important is what I got done, which is this much. This one reminded me of my dad. Gosh, he loved winter. He loved snow. He was like a kid when it snowed. Miss him a lot. It has been, he died in 2016. Be 7 years in January. Doesn't even seem right. Crazy, crazy. But then again, it does seem like 7 years. Lots changed. Next one is my blue cat. A little bit happier piece. This is Miss Prim, Quincy the cat, and Scoot, which I just call my blue cat because I like it so much. And I just got started on his head. This little guy reminded me of a cat that was a doorstop in our kitchen growing up. He was a little patchwork blue cat. It's a cool little dude. And he calls for a lot of midnight. A lot of midnight. Perfect bag. Jingly jangly bag. Somebody had given me a cat thread keep zipper pull, so it went on here too. This was my birthday start. It's definitely going over here as one I want to get a lot more work in on. This is Man, Dogs, and Deer by The Scarlet Letter. I'm doing this in DMC. It's a beautiful, beautiful chart. I'm doing this on a piece of bramble, I believe. Yes. And I really didn't get that much. Well, it's a huge piece. I got a decent amount. But I want to get way more done on this one. This is a birthday start. Man, that's beautiful. It's so pretty. I was giggling a bit because I put this in one of my favorite bags that I've ever been gifted. Mainly because Olivia made it for me. And because we jokingly have both called this fabric the Angry Vagina fabric. It's so red. It's so red and angry. I mean, obviously, I don't think that's what whoever designed this fabric, what they intended for it to look like. But, I mean, come on. It's angry. Feminist fabric if I've ever seen it. So we are putting this over here. I mean, I love all of these, obviously, so I'm trying to be a little discerning, but it's difficult. This piece, Seeking Refuge by the Scarlet House. And doing this on a piece of Coloring Cotton Light Brown Sugar with the called for threads. My mood shifted a bit because this is the piece that I was working on and started this year when my brother-in-law got really bad on hospice and went into what they called active dying. And I took the week and moved in with my sister and her nieces, and my nieces, and stayed with my sister until he passed. And then I stayed a little bit longer because she did the same thing for me. But this is what I stitched sitting with Bill. Feels very fitting for Seeking Refuge to be what I was working on. It's amazing the memories that we tie in with pieces where we were doing something or some major life event occurred. And I don't think that this will per se taint this piece. I hope it doesn't. But that's what it will remind me of. This next one I started with Olivia. This is Friends of the Heart. I think I'm completely blanking. I can see your face. Jinley. Jinley started this with us as well. My brain. Called for threads on a piece of, I know it's a silk weaver, so if you like it, you're not going to be able to get it anyway because they suck. So apologies if you love this fabric. It's a silk weaver, and this is how far I got. So pretty. I would like to get a lot more done on this. I think I hear the garage opening. I told my husband dinner would be ready at 7 and to be home at 7 or a little after. It is now 6. So there's that. We're going to keep going. The next one is Caroline Amelia Trowel. This is another one that Brenda did, and I think a lot of us fell in love with, by Brenda Gervais. I am using the called for threads. There's a lot of stuff in here. And I'm putting this on Fiber on a Whim 36 count latte. And we're going to pause and shut the door. And we're back. Okay, so we'll show this again all the way across the top. Man. So pretty. Oh, it's such a pretty one. Maybe this one goes in that stack too. Like every single one of them are going to end up over there. But it's so pretty. I found that I definitely love reproduction samplers, but I also love reproduction samplers that have been given kind of a new twist or maybe look more modern. This is Teresa Kogut, Bless Our Home. I am doing this with the called for colors on a piece of really splotchy and dark Picture This Plus Legacy. So pretty. What is he doing out there? Tombstone Spots is the next start, which I started with Michelle. And I want to say we started this on the only Friday the 13th of the year. This is an out of print chart, way out of print. This is my working copy. Tombstone Spots by the Primitive Needle. And I'm doing this on Fiber on a Whim Affogato, which I totally copied Michelle on. I didn't get super far. Michelle, maybe this is what we were actually discussing yesterday or the day before, that there's going to be 2 Friday the 13th in 2023. One in January and one in October. Maybe we both work on this in January. I'll message you. If I don't put it all back where it goes, there will be, I mean, there's already going to be a huge mess in here, if you guys could only see. Because honestly, I've got work files and a box over there, Christmas wrapping stuff over there, stuff that still never found a place where we moved out of our office last year, there and over here. I have a stack of files that were closed for work in 2022 that I need to take to our storage unit. It's crazy. Gifts hidden in here for Jim that I haven't wrapped because I haven't wrapped anything. Next up is Rabbit House by Lucy Beam. And I am stitching her on... No clue. No clue what I'm stitching this on. It's just a pale yellowish piece of linen. I got a good bit done on this. I would like to finish it up. I also think that I would like to pull, I don't know, I go back and forth. Right now, the house is supposed to be filled in with this pale summer meadow, and I just don't think I like that. I think I want something different. Something with a little bit more gold tone. Maybe a dark gold. Yeah. So, I gotta figure out what that color is and get it stitched. Over here. Next up is Come to the Garden, which I honestly almost didn't start. And then I told myself that I wanted to, and then I told myself that I didn't want to, and then I told myself that I wanted to, and here we are. I think what's throwing me off is the angel at the top, which I haven't started yet. She just looks so kind of goofy. But I know that's totally the, like that whole style. I love everything else about it. Maybe I'll do something to her and make her look a little darker. Maybe it's her pink eyeshadow. Maybe that's it. I'll work on her. A decent start. Trying to remember what fabric this is. If you're dying to know, reach out. I'm sure I have it written down somewhere. Mary Applewhite. In this absolutely beautiful bag. This one, I do remember the fabric. It is on Bee's Knees by Seraphim. Get all my threads and the chart. It's by GGR. And wow, I did not get a lot done on that. This one needs some love. For sure. I don't know what happened that week, but something that caused me not to give that the attention that it needed. Which makes me really sad because I really like this one. We're going to put it here, which doesn't really make sense, but that's what I'm doing. Next up, we have Jane Hardy. It's a good one. Ugh. These funky colors. So I was talking to Laura, Maud Mozart, and Nicole, Nicole's Needlework, earlier today, and Laura was saying how she really wanted 2023 to maybe be like her Hands Across the Sea year. I could definitely pull out some of my favorites and work on, and this one is phenomenal. And that's how far I got on Jane. And I think this is Lakeside Buttercream. I think I had a piece of Lakeside that I decided Jane Hardy was worthy of. With all these beautiful colors. Hey, buddy. Did you come back? Yeah? It's 6 o'clock. It's time for you to eat. Are you sure you feel like eating? You do? Go tell your dad. No? You want me? I can't be the only one that has full-on conversations with their cats. But I mean, he's smart. You know what time it is, don't you? Yeah, I'm not worried about giving you food right now. Why don't we just chill for a little bit? Next up, we have Ann Roberts and this beautiful bag that matches Ann Roberts. Oh my goodness, I know. And we take a Buster break. I know, baby boy. Mama knows. So, I had a cat before Buster that none of you guys know because she passed away before I started doing videos. But Buster knew her. She was an orange tabby and her name was Phoebe. I loved her so much. When I first moved back to Georgia, I got her before I got my first apartment on my own, and she was with me all when I was living on my own. It was me and her. And then I got Buster too, because I felt bad that like when I was at work or out with friends and stuff, Phoebe was there alone. So Buster and Phoebe were buddies. She got cancer when she was about 6 years old, and she had learned that I would kiss her on the top of the head. I would kiss her right here and give her love. And when she got really sick, she would crawl up in my lap and come right up to my face and go, like, kiss me, give me love. I need love. Cats, buddy. We are not worthy of them. Isn't that right, Buster? Oh, you're laying on Ann Roberts. Okay, all right. Pulling it up from underneath you. Ann Roberts. Beautiful, beautiful start. What's funny is I got super excited about this other piece that that Hands to Work put out. And like that was going to be the one I was going to start. But then I saw this one and I'm telling you, it won. It's so good. It's so good. And I'm doing this on a piece of Silk Weaver Sand Dune. Like I said before, Silk Weaver sucks. Their fabric's phenomenal. Their customer service sucks. So find something that looks similar to this if you like it. And the other problem with them is their dyeing is very inconsistent. So Sand Dune never looks like Sand Dune ever again. Beautiful. This piece, so good. So good. And Roberts. Little patchwork house with all the weird symbols, coffee cups and kerosene lamps and things that look like fire hydrants. I mean, it's just... it's a really good release. Everything can't go over there. This is Isabella Fox. This one I started with Heather, and what fabric is this? 36 count Colonial Sampler by Victorian Motto, who no longer dies. Isabella Fox. Heather is the imperfectly perfect stitcher. Hope I got that right. I'm telling you, my brain just, it's definitely in Christmas vacation mode. And this is a big old hunk of fabric. This is a fat half because Isabella is a big girl and I haven't cut it down. That had a thread on it. And I'm doing this one exactly as is, like not changing a thing. And on this, you really can't see the words, but there's a verse, which is what I'm stitching in here in this lighter shade that's in there. So pretty. Definitely not inexpensive to kit up. It's got all of these threads, but it was a special one that I wanted started for my 40 starts. Last one in this basket, and then we move over here. This is Old White Farmhouse Sampler in my special birthday bag. Call for threads on a piece of fabric that I think I dyed this myself. Stacy Nash. Just purring next to me. Just happy. Go. Here we go. So pretty. And this fabric, I would definitely call it a grayish with a lot of green in it. Something close maybe would be Properly Primitive by Under the Sea, but this has got a little bit more gray to it. I don't know if you know of a fabric that's got that color to it. Let us all know. I'm making sure what order these are in. Next up, I started with Ellen, our own maximum cross stitch power hour phenomenon, who has started designing her own charts now, and you should really go check that out. But this is Lila's Studio MT 1828. Not sure what this fabric is. I want to say I wasn't even sure when I was stitching on it. It was a mystery. Gorgeous. Smaller sampler. Lots of beautiful deep reds in this one. Next up is Christy Baron. If you guys remember, this is one that came out that I said that I was going to chop because I didn't want the verse. This is by Erica Michaels. So I'm just doing the motif portion of the sampler. And I'm doing this with the called for threads. And doing it on a piece of Brown Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. Just purring. Just being a happy boy. Do you ever look at something and go, did I measure that right? Do I have enough room? I want to say I've done this with this piece before and measured it out, and I do. It really looks like I went low on that. It's fine. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that I've had that freak out previously. Measured, and we were all good. So that's Christy Baron. Next up is A Mine Independent and Free. I fell in love with this one after I saw it finished, and it's beautiful. It's so long and skinny. It's the Carriage House samplings. Oh, let's see. I am doing this on a piece of Legacy, because that, honestly, I thought it would look good, and I had it long enough, because it is going to be quite a big piece. But right now, all I got started is the alphabet at the top. I hope you guys hear nothing but my voice, the rustling of charts, and Buster purring. The next one is A Fine House Indeed. This is by Lottie Daw. And it is just almost a full coverage piece. I'm doing this on Victorian Motto 36 count neutral because it's almost a full coverage piece. Doing it with DMC. I mean, that house is solid. Just a little start on the border. Not a lot. Definitely needs some more work. Oh, my old lady back. This next one is Ida Nolt. This is one I was super, super happy. Oh, it's all crunched up. I hate it when that happens. I am doing this, I'm pretty sure, on a piece of Winter Wren by Fox and Rabbit. Do not go by this. This is not at all what the colors look like. These are the colors. This is my start on Winter Wren. Beautiful deep brown fabric. The next one wasn't a planned start, and I put it in because I had seen it and I was in love with it, and then I decided how I wanted to change the verse, and then I got super excited. This is Plum Street's Live on Little, which I have changed the verse to Van Morrison's Into the Mystic, and I am doing this on a piece of Silk Weaver Sand Dune that I had that is a much more golden, and you can see the verse that I'm stitching in there. If you follow me on Instagram, I have uploaded in my link tree in my profile a link to where I have charted this verse, and I will do my best to put it below, but if you watch this right away, it may be tomorrow. But I definitely want everybody to be able to access when I rechart things like that. I do it on a program that I have, and then I upload them to my Google Drive, where if you have the link, you can access it. Gosh, I love that when it's going over here. Taking a stretch my back moment. Started this one with Amy, and this is Remember Me by Scattered Seeds. She actually pulled hers back out to work on this week and was sending me photos, and it looks so good. No idea what this fabric is. It looks like some kind of lakeside. I want to finish this up and make it into a little pillow. Sweet boy. We're getting there. Jane Stanwix. This is the Country Sampler conversion, and that is in spring green. You have to get it from them. This is the chart by Samplers Revisited. Their colors are much more antiqued. I was going to do this on the fabric that came with it, but I decided that I didn't like it. So I am now doing this on a piece of ale. Picture This Plus Ale. It's a smaller sampler. I hear Sneezy McSniffles out in the hallway. I hate that she doesn't feel well. I wish I knew what she was allergic to. The vet was telling me that, you know, he can do allergy testing, he can do some blood testing, and then they can send you off to like an allergist or dermatologist to do further skin allergy testing. And he was talking about the cost of everything. And he said, but the problem is, it generally turns out being something like dust mites. or something like that you're never going to be able to rid your home of. I don't know. This is Martha Pudsey. Man, this is on a piece of vintage maple sugar. Martha is completely done in DMC. I'm doing her in DMC. This is by the Scarlet House. It's a weirdo sampler that I just love. And I just got some of the border done. Love me a good weirdo sampler. Look at those colors. Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom. Now we're into my October starts. So we're getting there. This is Not Forgotten Farm. And I'm doing this on a piece of 36 count Weeks Dye Works Gray. Not super far. In person, the house shows up a little better. Maybe I should have chosen a darker fabric, but I don't know. I just really like it on this. It looks better in person, trust me. But this one also, this Weeks Dye Works, it feels almost like a 40 count instead of a 36, but it is tight. Moon Moth. This one I took with us to the cabin and loved stitching on it up there. Because it's just, it was good cabin stitching. And I totally just left the thread hanging because I'm sure it was time to go. Time to go home. It's a way too big piece of fabric for this, but this is what was left over that I had dyed for Halloween at Hollyberry Farm, and I'll use what's left once I cut that and make a pillow or something out of it for something else. Halloween Tiny Town. This was my add-on because it came out and I just loved it. It's so not my normal taste, but it was just so cute. It's so cute. And I actually almost finished it. I should just finish it. It was definitely a fun little stitch. And I have no idea what fabric this is. It was a scrap that I found in my stash. Who knows? I should just finish that one. This is Spell of the Moon by Blackbird Designs. I am doing this on a piece of Picture This Plus Gingerbread with the called for threads so far. Might change the color of the moon, unsure. Loving it. Might leave this one out because I'd really like to finish that up. Put that right there. I know, buddy. This is Halloween Eve. Started this on October 30th. This is also by Blackbird Designs. Called for threads on a piece of Picture This Plus Bramble. And that is how far I got. that was fun. It was a lot of the same color stitching, but it was still nice, relaxing stitching. Only a few more. This is Penny Pumpkin. And it is on 36 count Weeks Dye Works Dolphin with the called for threads. This is by the Scarlet House. And wow, I did not get a lot done. And it would really help if I remembered which was the top and which was the bottom. I bet that's the top. The other colors are going to look really good on that fabric. And this bag just swallows it whole, but it felt appropriate. This is Thomas, which is a Not Forgotten Farm. It's a great November start. This is on a piece of Pictureless Plus Wren. And it's just a small, cute little piece. And I got a decent start on it. Autumn Alphabet on who knows what fabric. Oh, wait, here we go. 36 count Old Linen by XG Design. This is another Scarlet House. And I'm going to get done on that. If I do say so myself. Right, down here, down here. This was my last start so far. And this is definitely a Brenda's fault. This is the one that she has behind her in a lot of her and Lauren's videos. This is Elizabeth Hunter, 1853, by the Scarlet House. I am doing Elizabeth Hunter on a piece of Caramel Macchiato by Fiber on a Whim with the call for threads. And it is beautiful. So beautiful. Now, if you've been keeping count so far, you're probably like, Emily, you said that you actually started 41. I think we're at 39. Because I've got 2 down here on the floor that I finished. And I actually just finished them, so I'm showing them last. This first one is Plum Street Samplers, the Black Cherry Tart. This is on just a plain old piece of Zweigart linen, and I finished it. And I would like to fully finish it and put it over this and put it in this trivet. Kind of hard to tell, but I would like to put it in this trivet and hang it up. So that's on my to-do list. Right, buddy? So we're going to figure out how to do that. The other one that I just finished is the Dark Horse Pin Keep drum, which I plan on having turned into a drum. And this is on a piece of Lakeside Linen Butter Pecan. Done with the called for threads. Oh, I'm so happy to have this one done. So that's 41 starts and 2 finishes. It's a lot. I can't believe I went through all of those in a little over an hour. And taught cats. So, it's Thursday. The Sunday is Christmas. How about a Christmas start? Because I'm nuts. And because this is when I said I would start with Laura last year, and neither of us did. Like, it just didn't happen. This is Jane Hopkins, 1875, by Hands Across the Sea Samplers. She was in my list of stuff to get kitted up. So I just now got her kitted up. I'm missing 3 DMC, which I'll find and put in here. I put all of these on cards today. And I'm thinking that I want to do it on this piece of Fox and Rabbit Up in the Attic linen. I think that'll look really nice. And I'm starting this on Sunday. And if any of you are like, I started that, I want to work on it, or I have that kitted up, I would want to start it, join in. A lot of people started it last Christmas. I just didn't get it done. So I'm going to start it this Christmas. You can download the chart. It calls for, you know, DMC. I can fit it on a piece of 36 count fat quarter. And somebody was asking me earlier if there was an overdyed. There are 3 things that it's charted for. It's charted for Choix d'Alger, the 103s, and DMC. So 2 silks and DMC is all that is on here. So that's happening on Sunday. That's exciting. Another thing that is on my list for next year, Beth Alberts, the Off-Red Stitcher, sent me this where she finished hers. I need to kit this up. I need to get all the threads for it. And at some point in 2023, I'm going to start this. I saw someone else take out the verse and like squish the border some, and I might do that. What do you think, buddy? Yeah. So this is on my start. And I also just ordered a piece of linen and the chart for the Brenda's Birthday Sal start, which I think is Martha Evans, maybe? Something Evans. So go and check out Brenda and Laura and see all about that. I said I was just going to focus on finishes next year, which I'm going to. A lot of my focus is going to be getting a few samplers done. But you know me, there's going to be some starts in there too. I know no other way. This has already been a long one, so I'm not going to include... Well, I'll put this one plant in here because he's right here. This is my Thanksgiving cactus that still hasn't bloomed. But it's got to bloom right here. Maybe it'll bloom for Christmas. We'll see. Okay, so I always thought that holiday cacti were easy. They're not. Like, there's a trick to getting them to bloom, apparently. Like, so much darkness and light and, like, putting them in. And I don't know. My mom's just bloom. A lot of people that I know, there's just bloom. I don't know. Happy holidays. You know, happy solstice, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas. Happy everything. And just take some time for yourself as we welcome in this new year. and just take some time for self-care. And let's make 2023 a year of calm and happiness. Bye, guys.